As I was getting ready to go in the water at the start of our second day, I really felt dreadful. It looked to me like John was feeling better than me, but I began to realise just how much the first day had taken out of me. We'd swum for about 7 hours. We'd had very little sleep for 2 nights, and I felt like I'd depleted a lot of my energy reserves. But once I got in the water and I began to make my first strokes, I realised that I could do it. I had enough energy inside me to swim for another 4 or 5 hours, and I was convinced that we were going to make it down the east coast of the island that day.
How you feeling, John?
Well, the water's a lot colder than yesterday. My shoulder's a lot sorer. I'm feeling
you'll have a much better feel where the tide lines are. I think this first hour is pretty vital with shape a good route.
I don't want to get in that eddy behind. And as we go south of Innisfillas, we'll have a quick review and decide how we're feeling. But the plan A is to push on across to the pocket. Alright, John? Thanks, Byron. Let's have a nice steady start round Linus, mate.
The swim down the east coast went exceptionally well. We made an early start that morning, partly because of the tides, but also because the weather forecast was to deteriorate later in the day, and we knew we needed to take advantage of the light winds in the morning. So we decided to stay offshore and swim a direct line from Point Linus to Puffin Island down the east coast of the island. This was going to be a 20-kilometre swim, but it gave us the great advantage of staying in the tide and shortening the distance that we'd have to swim if we followed the coastline.
All up for 5 minutes.
Oh, I'm having a piss.
Oh my god!
Oh, it only warms me below the knee though, man.
I think he disintegrates the gelatin of a boat.
Oh, that's better.
Oh my god, can we talk about NHS waiting time?
Oh, I'm still pissing. Oh. You know, I didn't piss in my wetsuit for 20 years and I started yesterday. And I haven't stopped. I realise now what I've been missing. Oh my god, that's good. Oh my freaking god. Who's got some food?
Yeah. Are you ready, boy? Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready? Good boy! We're saying we're gonna attack the boat like Somali pirates, and Sid suggested that you were special forces, but due to health and safety, you have to have safety kayakers with you. Yes,
Forces.
My shoulders killing. Oh, shut up.
Listen to him now. Oh, I found his voice now.
Yeah. Who threw him some nuts?
Woe is me. Oh, I'm dying. You know, I'm good. All of a sudden, he's giving it the old chat, isn't he? You wait till tomorrow morning, come on.
Nice breakout at Point Linus, John. I was very impressed. You didn't half nail that Eddie line.
Alright, he's full of it, isn't he now?
I know.
You wait till we get the camera on him tomorrow and he's like,
I'm a lot older than you, John.
I'm
getting too old for this
shit. If we just sit, we'll float past the boat.
I hate the mornings, you know that.
He hates the mornings, he hates the afternoons, and he hates the evenings.
it, Dante. Tell me what you need, Nick.
Oh, no, sorry, that's John's. Yeah, I'll wear Matt's jacket. All my clothes are in sitz boats. Yeah.
Any hot juice, Nick?
Oh my God.
Don't ask me how I feel. Your face says it all. 10 minutes in back in, is it?
Anymore. Probably against
You
us.
are,
Yeah, I'll be alright.
With a hat.
You should have seen it yesterday.
John, what do you need?
I've got a hat over
Your
it.
clothing is there.
I wonder why he had my towel.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Look at him. First on the beach and gets me towel.
Because I'm with a German.
It is! Bloody Germans! Germans and towels! He saw him lying down, he put the bloody towel on him! Forget about me. Oh no, forget about me.
Nothing like a shallow racial stereotype to set the day off on the right tone.
Well, didn't have your name on the towel. I mean, yeah, an amazing achievement of John and Nick. I mean, what a swim. I mean, it's true. Most of the kayakers I know wouldn't paddle that far in a single morning, and they just swam over 20 kilometers in 4.5 hours, with only 4 stops, very brief stops, and they just swam continuously. I mean, it's just fantastic. And they did the same yesterday. Yesterday they swam for 6 hours and for 2 hours in the evening, and to take advantage of the tide, and now another 4.5 hours. And all this in a little bit more than 24 hours. So I'm really impressed. And these guys don't have a swimming background, which is just amazing. Just to prepare for this in a very short time. It's inhuman.
We're finding out what we can do.
Yeah, inhuman. Yeah, most people don't paddle that far in a day.
I nearly couldn't do that last kilometre.
Yeah.
That was tough. You saw how many times I stopped. We don't usually, in training we never did that. Always just keep the head down and do the distance. I was my brain was saying, keep swimming. And then without having any conscious thought, I'd stop.
Yeah.
And I say, don't stop, keep going. So there's something, it's subconscious, it makes you stop. I didn't decide to stop swimming. I had to try to find ways. On the way in, I was using all the position lines and watching the Orme and Puffin Island. And I said, I'm not going to stop until the Orme disappears behind Puffin Island. And then I could make myself keep swimming. If I didn't have a goal, I couldn't do it.
Well, it's about 2 hours after finishing the swim now. Nick's doing the shuttle to get the vehicle back here from Point Linus, and I've managed to have about 20 minutes where I've just rested my eyes. How I'm feeling is my body feels like it's been in the ring with Mike Tyson. All my sores are sore, all my muscles are painful, but I'm sure that we'll quickly recover from all this, and tomorrow's going to be a fantastic day down the Straits. The last part of the swim today was awful. Neither of us found any enjoyment in it whatsoever. It was laborious, and it was long, not distance wise, just time wise. Psychologically it was quite hard because we'd made good ground for the first 3 hours, and And then the last half hour, I can't describe how it felt. Sid made a very good point. My right arm was coming over nicely as I was swimming, and my left arm just seemed to slap the water without any power or energy. And that's exactly how it felt to me. But then we've done 65 kilometres. We're over halfway round now, which feels good. And we're in the Straits tomorrow, and that's our backyard. We've swum the Straits a number of times. It'll be good to be in there, because heading out over Carnarvon Bar and towards Clanwyn will be a new experience. And so that's always an interesting point when you're swimming. And I've swum in and around Newborough a couple of times, so I know what to expect as well. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow's swim. We just need to get home now, and we're lucky enough to have friends who are going to come round and massage us later, and we're going to get some food and have some rest. Because considering we started at 3:30 yesterday morning, we went to bed at roughly about 11:30, 12 o'clock last night, and then we were back in the water at 7, which meant we were up at 5 o'clock this morning. 10 hours swimming, 65 kilometres. I'm not surprised I feel like this, but it's worth it. It is worth it. I constantly think about my reasons for doing it. My motivations are for a young baby who died far too early, Theo William Rowling. He's constantly in my thoughts when I'm swimming. The charity that we're doing it for, one of them is Sands, and a number of our friends have unfortunately had to recently benefit from the work that they do. It's quite difficult for me to talk about it, really, especially when I'm feeling so tired as well. But just to say that it is a worthwhile thing we're doing, and you know, Macmillan again, a very worthwhile charity. One of our great friends, Drew Delaney, he taught us a lot about adventure and going out and using the outdoors in a sensible but adventurous way. He had use of the Macmillan nurses towards the end of his life, and yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have started that. Cut it now.
The second day's swim was an amazing experience. We rediscovered our energy, we got into a rhythm, and we seemed to get into a trance-like state where the minutes and the hours even passed almost unnoticed. Sid and Marcus were our safety kayakers that day, and they were stopping us every hour to ensure that we took on food and water. But often they would stop us and we wouldn't realise that the time had passed. It just seemed a very meditative experience as we were heading down the east coast of the island.
Do you know what he said to me last night?
Oh, here we go.
I've been blowing out the arse all day trying to keep up with him. And we go for the evening swim and he's at it again, isn't he? You know, showing off in front of the safety kayakers. That's what he was doing. Hey, look at me. I'm a porpoise.
Oh shit.
So I'm doing my best. I'm fucking Walter Windmill at the back trying to keep up. We get to Middlemouse and I gently, just gently, you say, hey, you know, we're on time here, it's going really well. Just back off the bike a little bit. Let's swim together. And John goes, what? So I said, you know, I've been 100 metres back all the way, just feel like I'm just chasing you all the time. And he turns around and he says, I have been stopping and waiting. To which I said, well, that makes me feel a lot better, John. Thanks very much. He's been stopping and waiting. Bastard. So I waited today, and I thought, ooh, he's having a slow start. Let's have him.
No, that's not nice, is it, John?
I think he could do it with a piriformis release myself.
We're getting there, aren't we?
Could you? Is my back going red?
No.
Because it's starting to feel well itchy.
Is it?
Yeah.
So do you want to wash that off then?
I don't know. Just keep an eye on it for now.
Yeah, that looks alright.
No, it is. It's get up. It is. It's going. That's how it starts like that.
Oh, fuck.
Another one you can't use.
45?
I told you to use that oil, didn't I?
No, it was my idea to use E45. Oh, there's a load on the floor now.
We'll sort out. You go and get a shower.
It's going. Yeah.
What's happened is Nick's skin can be quite sensitive to certain lubricants that massage use. We normally use an oil base with him, but we thought E45 would be okay. But actually we just found out it's another one his skin doesn't like. So that's what he gets for telling nasty stories about me, isn't it?